so that's what she said.
Hey, what's with the purple?
Oh man, this is like this is me. This is my fresh me. You know, feeling free with it. You got a little purple going.
I got purple going too.
It's the way to go. I think it's like a lucky. It's like purple is the new black. I don't know. What's up, guys? It's Brian.
Jesse.
You're watching MMA the hard way
in the car.
Well, oh well. Oh, another title fight coming up. Yep. UFC on Fox 8. And
pretty stacked card.
I think this might be the final Fox card before
they go back to
Fox Sports 1 takes over.
In August, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so
which
obviously we've got the flyweight title, Mighty Mouse, Moraga. But what we're going to do is stick to our new format, and there's 12 fights on the card. We're going to cover the first 6, 2 on Facebook, 4 on FX, and let's get this done lickety split.
Right on. First fight up is now Yaotzin Meza versus John Albert.
Oh yeah.
Both coming off losses. One's Yaotzin is doing his debut.
Yeah.
And John's on the chopping
I'm sorry. You know what? He lost his debut.
That's right.
But he is one of the guys.
He lost to Chad Mendes. That's a giving. Come
serious.
on. Yeah.
He's one of the guys from the lab, so he's training with Benson Henderson. You know?
Nice.
And he's ranked higher than John Albert. John Albert, I consider him on the chopping block. I think this is a 145 fight. So the thing is with these guys, they fought at 135 and 145. And but yeah, I think the higher ranked Yaotzin Meza is gonna take this one. Coming off a loss against Chad Mendes,
he had to have learned something off of that.
Yeah, that's one of them fights. Huh?
Yep. The next one is Justin Salas versus Aaron Riley.
Yeah, I think Aaron Riley is currently not ranked, mostly because he hasn't fought since his loss at UFC 135.
He's had, didn't he have his jaw busted?
Tony Ferguson broke his jaw, man.
It's just
was a gnarly
brutal.
Fight.
Very brutal.
El Cucuy.
Yep, El Cucuy. And then
Justin Salas, he is one of Trevor Whitman's guys at Grudge. So that guy,
they grind.
Yeah, man, he's one of the guys that they talk about. Greg Jackson gets all the credit, but Winklejohn and Trevor Whitman they're the guys. They're one of those Yoda guys as well that are just silently bringing up these.
Winklejohn is he's awesome coach.
Incredible striking coach.
Awesome coach.
Incredible.
Up next after us, Ed Short Fuse Herman versus Trevor Smith. And they're both coming off losses. So this is going to be both of them want to get back on the bandwagon, I guess.
Yeah, Trevor Smith actually making his debut.
Lost to Kennedy at Strikeforce.
Yeah. And it was funny. Ed Herman was, I think, one of the only UFC fighters that actually fought on a Strikeforce card to fill in for an injury replacement.
Yeah.
And it was kind of an interesting little factoid there. Yeah, they're both, Ed Herman, I'd have to give him, he's definitely higher ranked. He's 38.
I give him the slight edge.
Yeah, and the Fight Matrix has, I think Trevor Matrix has a ranking of 101. So, yeah, Ed Herman, I'd say
he should persevere. He should persevere. Next is the ladies.
Ooh, boy.
Germaine de Randamie. Hopefully I said that right.
Randamie,
okay. Versus Julie Kedzie.
Oh, I tweeted Julie Kedzie.
Awesome watching her fight.
If you don't watch Invicta...
Stack card, by the way.
Yeah, Invicta put on their first pay-per-view last weekend. It was history in the making, actually. The first all-female pay-per-view, and it went off. It was incredible. It
bunch of finishes.
Cyborg was in the highlight.
She was brutal. Headline. She was just...
Oh, my gosh. Incredible performance.
She put on a clinic.
And I watched every single one of those fights, and I got to tell you, dude, every single one of them was fantastic.
They bring it. So this is going to be...
Julie Kedzie is the main commentator. She's the Joe Rogan, I guess you'd say, of Invicta, and I'll tell you, you've never heard someone be more professional. And the way that she explains, I'm surprised that she went for that move because she could have done this.
She almost paints a picture in your head.
And you know what? She's actually the women's team leader at Jackson's.
Wow.
Yeah, I met her.
I did not know
at
that.
Strikeforce in San Diego with when I was working for Spencer Lazara, and got to talking to her, and she actually leads the women's team there. They've got a ton of just killers they're bringing up.
She's definitely a who's who.
You know, you wouldn't think that she has her ranking does not represent the kind of fighter she is. She's 16-11, but she has been in there for a long time. I started watching her back in 2007 when she headlined a card on Elite XC with Gina Carano.
But she's been fighting elite people.
The one she's going up against is actually ranked 5th at 145 pounds.
I noticed that.
But she's dropping down to 135, so the weight cut could be an issue. And she's only got, her record is 3-2, and she's ranked 5th.
It's a double-sided sword. It could work against her or it could work for her. That if she has a great weight cut, when she comes back to fight, she'll be, in beast mode.
Yeah, there's no odds currently on this fight that I know of, but I would give this to Kedzie, actually. I think she's going to sit there and pull it off.
Up next is Yves Edwards versus Daron Cruickshank. That's going to be I can't even call that fight if it's going to go to the ground or stay standing. Most likely it's probably going to stay standing.
Yeah, a couple of strikers. I mean, Cruickshank, Taekwondo expert. That's his go-to. Big, with the scissor kicks and all that stuff.
And Yves Edwards has been around for a while, man. He's a veteran. He brings it.
Gosh, probably has more fights than anybody else currently, I think, in the UFC.
And then the last card that we're going to break down right now until our next showing is Melvin Guillard versus Matt Danzig. That's going to be a great fight, man.
Yeah, the odds makers have Danzig as the favorite, and I think it's because Guillard is so susceptible to being submitted.
Yeah, I mean, most of his losses have come via submission. So, I mean, you know what? I don't know if he's on the chopping block. I would think he is.
Yeah, well, he's 2 losses in a row.
I mean, I know Uncle Dana said that he's not going to cut Melvin Guillard, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he
brings it.
Yeah, he brings it. And fighters like that
and
typically get to stay.
He usually forgives fighters for a couple more losses if they put their heart on the line, like some of the people.
Like
Hardy. Look at
Leonard
Garcia. Hardy.
Yeah. He lasted a while.
He's more forgivable. So that's pretty much it. We're going to break down for right now. So
that's right.